Hey friends, welcome to another video. Today I've got a really exciting build for you guys and I've done it a little bit differently than you're used to me doing. I didn't speed it up as much. It's still a speed build, but it isn't sped up as much. And then I also edited with kind of a room at a time where you can see like a clip of the Sims doing their thing after every part of the house is finished. So I'm hoping that you're liking that. If you do like it, let me know in the comments below. I would love to have some feedback on this. But apart from that, it's just a speed build, just as you know it. And today I've got a witch's cottage for you, and I think it's super exciting. I got it to be very magical in all of its parts. We got a live cow plant that's already, like I planted the garden already, so you can download it where it's already, you know, fully grown. And then we got a Patchy the scarecrow and just a few different magical touches like that, and potions lining the walls in the spell room. I don't know, it's very witchy and it's very cozy too, so I'm hoping you like it. And I built it just for one sim. I was imagining like a witch living there on her own, and maybe her only company being Patchy, but of course you can redecorate it however you want. Also, you may have noticed that it looks like this is a duplicate upload. It isn't, I promise you, I got this covered. I just also made a version of this that is only instrumental because I thought the music that I picked out was so beautiful and it could be also a really relaxing vibe. So if you're more into that, take a look at the other video. So we've got two versions just for whatever you're in the mood for. Alright, getting into the garden, as I told you before, I already planted it, so it's playable when you move in. And I created like these two different beds. I guess it's a lot of beds, a lot of plant beds, but I, made two lines of beds, I guess. And one of them was kind of for your kitchen stuff, like your regular berries and spinach or basil, stuff like that. And then the other one was these more witchy kind of vibes, the ones that you would use for potions and mushrooms and those fruits that can help bring your Sims back to life. And we also got the cow plant, as I said, so just a lot of like magical things. So it's like kind of a kitchen garden and a witch garden next to each other. So yeah, here I am just putting in all those different seeds from Debug, and if you're ever looking for a specific seed that you really need, then they're available in Debug. You just have to scroll through all of that stuff. Most of it is base game anyway, so it's easy to find. Other than that, I think the garden turned out really well. It has those beautiful pink flowers everywhere and it's just very magical looking, and I'm a really big fan of how it turned out, so I hope you are too. I think it's really fun to hang out there talking to the cow or trying to get Patchy to come alive and stuff like that. And if you didn't know, you can get Patchy the scarecrow to be alive if you just like talk to him a lot. Then suddenly he'll just like get off that the thing he's on, the tree, and then he'll start wandering around and tending to your garden. And I think it's so cute to think of this sim having like put a spell on the scarecrow to make him come alive and stuff. It's just a fun thought, I think. Moving on to the inside, I thought it was pretty easy to get the floor plan to come together. I had a pretty clear idea of what I wanted to include in the build. So we have the spell room and we have a kitchen, of course, a living room with a dining room part, I guess, and then the main bedroom, which is also the only bedroom with an ensuite and also a regular bathroom for like visitors as well. And yeah, I think it came together really well, and kind of like it seems very cohesive, I think. As for the kitchen cabinets, I'm sure it comes as no surprise to anyone that I'm of course again using the Snowy Escape cabinets. I just love them. They're they're open, all of them, and it's so fun to be able to put all the things in them, especially when you're working at like trying to make a build for Spellcaster sim, because I wanted potions everywhere. Like I just wanted herbs and magic everywhere, and there should be no if and buts or why or anything about it. But I know I've used them a lot lately, so if you don't have Snowy Escape, I promise I will branch out very soon. All hope is not lost, I promise. It wasn't on purpose, I swear. But yeah, that's what I've been going for this time again. But in the end, I think the kitchen really came together as this magical place. Like, I got all those herbs drying over the stovetop, and I just think it turned out really well for this type of build. And I was able to fit so much fun clutter in there. Also a couple of plants, and I also liked the plants next to the window. They also kind of looked like they were herbs, and I love planting things in The Sims, or making it look like my Sims plant things. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Anyway, for the Spellcaster room, things were starting to get really fun and very detailed. I had found pretty much all of the potions in debug, and I decided to line the wall with them. I also put in those orbs for like the familiars, so she would have more to choose from, even though I ended up also making sure there was a cat that was able to live in the build. I had a cat live in there, a black cat named Horchata, and I like for him to be her familiar, but you know, you do you, however you like. You can have a phoenix. I know, right? That's so fun. Like, gameplay-wise, I think that Realm of Magic is really fun. I'm not a huge fan of like the build items. I tried to incorporate them in this room, so I'm hoping that it doesn't come across as like too clumsy. But I feel like a lot of the swatches are just like, oh, they have so much potential, but then they go and kind of ruin them, and I hate that. Even like the little side table, I think, is so cute with those legs that look like branches almost, and then they just like put weird things on top of it. Like, why? It was so cute. Another thing that was really fun in the Spellcaster room that I rarely do was playing with the lighting. So I made this mix of like yellow and blue and purple or pink colors, I think, were the ones I ended up with. And that like really finished the room off. Like, that really made it look like how I was imagining it, and I don't think I could have achieved it without it. So that's also a little trick if you're ever needing to like add some flair to some of your builds, or like you're like, oh, you want this to be kind of mystical or something. Like, you can go into live mode and click on the lamps and just edit the kind of colors that you want the lights to emit, and I think that's it's so much fun. I also did it in the bedroom, so stay tuned for that part. This ensuite bathroom is probably also one of my favorite ones I've done in a long time. Like, I love the way that I put this bathtub so I could have a room for all the plants behind it. Like, you know, plants are always the easy way to decorate a bathroom or a build in general, but it's also just like, there's a reason why everyone does it. It's because it looks so cute. I'm also really excited about that bathroom clutter kit. I don't know if any of you bought it yet. I haven't, because I don't generally spend a lot of money on The Sims. It's like something I get as presents sometimes, or sometimes I maybe use a bit of money, but I'm very selective with what I use. However, I think the bathroom clutter kit, that's something I need. I always feel like my bathrooms are lacking. I don't know, it comes at just right, like the wrong time and the right time, because I just bought some packs this Christmas, and the right time because I just started building on YouTube. So I don't know if I should invest, even though it's like $5 and it's not really investing in anything, because, you know, I'm just tiny, and it's so fun that you're watching me, but I know that I'm generally just speaking into the void. Alright, we're back on the outside, and I went into debug again because I wanted it to like blend in with the rest of the world. So I built this in Windenburg. That's the pack, the world that came with the Get Together pack, I think. And it has a lot of these like kind of evergreen kind of trees, and then also a lot of big rocks, kind of like mountainous, but not really. So I went into debug to see if I could source those big rocks, and I could, and that made it like really blend in. So when you're playing in it in live mode and you can't see the property line, it just blends in seamlessly to like the background, and you won't really be able to tell when you're on the lot and when you aren't. And I thought that was like really fun, and it seems very real. Like, if you're living in the middle of nowhere, then you wouldn't really have like that property line defined anyway, and I thought it turned out really cute. I'm really happy that I went into debug to find those items. I think, yeah. But yeah, the outside of this house in general has so much potential, because it is like just a very cute, kind of cottagey, kind of just like a house thing. So I think the shell of it is just very nice, and I love the way the garden turned out and everything around it. so you don't need to move in like a Spellcaster sim, and you can easily redecorate the entire inside to like fit your needs. Like this could easily be converted into like a family home, so if you want to like download it and just like yeet out all the furniture I put inside, like feel free to do that. Like use your creativity. I think it would be suited for a lot of things, so it would be fun to see if any of you did that. Also, did you notice that cute little black cat planter that I put on the dresser? I just think it's so cute, and I like the idea that it was like kind of like an ode to her familiar if you're also using a black cat. I don't know, I thought it was cute. And don't worry, I'll delete that rug in just a bit. It's just, I was really considering it because it was like, when are you ever gonna use it otherwise? You know, if you don't use it now, are you ever gonna? And I think the answer to that question is just, I'm never gonna use that rug. And it is going to be switched out for the Snowy Escape ones, of course. See, doesn't that look so much nicer? I think it does. Anyway, I did spend a really long time on this build, but I think I'm going to spend even longer on the next one. So I'd love to know if you like this kind of more long form content, or if you like me to cut them down even further so they're more like those 5 to 6 minutes that you're kind of used to me doing. I like this because for myself, I like putting on Sims videos where you can just watch them for like 20 minutes and they'll just like talk and it'll be nice and fun, and you can kind of just like sit on your phone and do other things, and it's kind of like having a friend in the room. But we all watch for different reasons, so if you're more into just like the short videos or something like that, then I also enjoy making those, and I don't need to go into so much detail when showing the speed build. I can easily cut out more and just like, you know, speed it up a bit more as I usually do. So let me know if you enjoy this bit more long form and rambling kind of content where we get to know each other a bit more, because I mean, I think YouTube is great for that kind of thing, to like talk and get to know each other a bit more than like in a TikTok, where I see a lot of like really cool stop motion builds on TikTok and things like that, where it's just really wow and it keeps you captured the entire time. And I'm not sure that this is really going to capture your attention the entire time, but I like the idea of just hanging out with you. And yeah, I don't know if my audience is into that, or if it's just like the way I'm watching. Maybe I'm the weird one. So yeah, let me know about that. That will be because the next one really has potential to become really long. It's going to be a lot of houses in one. It's very exciting. Also, just another fun little side note, I don't know if you noticed, but when I was doing the inside, in the dining area, I put a lot of portraits, and I used some where it was like Sims sitting with pets, like very old time sitting with their pets, portraits, and I thought it was so cute because I was feeling like, oh, maybe that's like the witch's ancestors sitting and posing with their familiars. And that just brought me a lot of joy. I don't know if anyone caught that detail, but that's why I picked those portraits. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to leave a comment or a like. It means the world to me. It was fun talking to you today, and I hope you have a great rest of the day, or whatever kind of day that you'd like to have. Alright, see you in the next video. Bye!